Welcome to the Mary Frances Academy of Advanced Learning. Our first problem of today is Katie works part-time at the Fallbrook riding stable. She makes $5 an hour for exercising horses and $10 an hour for cleaning stalls. Because Katie is a full-time student, she cannot work more than 12 hours per week. Write and graph inequalities that illustrate how many hours Katie needs to work at each job if she plans to earn no less than $90 per week. As you can see, I have written the two inequalities on the board. X plus y is less than or equal to 12, representing the number of hours she can work. And 5x plus 10y is greater than or equal to 90, representing the amount of money she will make in a week. As you can see, I have solved each equality for their x and y intercept. After finding the x and y intercept, we are now able to graph. The second part of our question is, what is the maximum number of hours she can exercise the horses, and what is the minimum of hours she'll have to clean stalls? To find the answer to both of these, we will have to find the point where the two lines cross. To find the exact point where the lines cross, we will have to plug one of the equations into the other. To plug the equations into one another, we have two options, substitution or elimination. Problem, I am going to show you how to use substitution. For substitution, we are going to want in either of the equations x or y by itself. In this problem, I'm going to find x by itself in the first equation, x plus y equals 12. As you can see, I have acquired x by itself by subtracting y from both sides of the equation. Our equation is now x equals 12 minus y. I will now plug this equation into the previous equation, 5x plus 10y equals 90. After substituting x equals 12 minus y into the previous equation, 5x plus 10y equals 90, our new equation is 5 times 12 minus y plus 10y equals 90. I will now solve for y. After simplifying the equation, we now know that the y coordinate of where the lines cross is 6. After finding the y coordinate, we are now able to find the x coordinate. I chose to plug the y into the equation x plus y equals 12. Our new equation is x plus 6 equals 12. After simplifying for x, we find out that x equals 6. So the point where the two lines intersect is 6, 6. By figuring out this information, we are now able to tell that the maximum number of hours Katie can exercise the horses is 6, and the minimum number of hours she'll have to clean the stalls is also 6. Our second problem is, Azriel babysits for two families. The first family pays her $4 per hour. The second family pays her $10 per hour. Azriel can't work over 20 hours a week. Azriel plans on making over $100 per week. Write and graph inequalities that illustrate how many hours Azriel needs to work with each family if she plans to earn more than $100 per week. See, I have written both the inequalities on the board. The first one represents the number of hours she can work, and the second one represents how much money she will make. X is equal to the first family and Y is equal to the second family. As you can see, I have solved each equation for its X and Y intercept. I will now graph the points. As you can see, I have graphed both inequalities on the graph. What is the maximum number of hours she can work with the first family? And what is the minimum number of hours she can work at the second family? To find the answer of both of these questions, we will have to find the coordinates of the point where the two lines cross. To do this, we will have to turn to the previous inequalities and plug them into one another. To plug the two equations into each other, you can either use elimination or substitution. In this problem, we are going to use substitution. To be able to substitute, you need to isolate one of the variables. As seen on the board, I have isolated y by itself in the first equation. Now I will plug in y equals 20 minus x into the second equation. Our equation is now 4x plus 10 times 20 minus x equals 100. After simplifying 4x, we can conclude that x equals 16.6 repeating. Now we will plug that in to the equation x plus y equals 20 to find the y coordinate of where the two lines intersect. Our problem is now 16.6 repeating plus y equals 20. After simplifying for y, we can conclude that y equals 3.3 repeating. The coordinates of where the two lines intersect is 16.6 repeating and 3.3 repeating. We are now able to conclude that the maximum number of hours she can work at the first family is 16 hours and 40 minutes, and the minimum number of hours she can work with the second family is 3 hours and 20 minutes.